Hey, my name is SlippersJack, and welcome back to Soma. This actually might be the final episode of our Soma Let's Play. We'll play through. Yep. So, regardless, for me it's going to be the final episode because I'm going to play all through this in one sitting, and depending on how long that takes, it might be 2 episodes for everyone else. So, sorry about that right now.
Chris, what the hell happened to your arm?
It's complicated. I just need to know one thing.
Ugh.
I'll have both my arms in the arc, right?
Yes, of course. Are you okay, though? Can you do stuff?
Yeah. Let's just get this over with.
Did you find the Ark?
I did, but I kinda lost it on my way here on an automated tram thing headed to Phi. So it should be around somewhere.
That's great. Let's go get it.
So, I kind of touched on this in the last episode.
Alright, Phi is up and running.
Where I lost my arm, but wouldn't that compromise the pressure of my suit? Wouldn't I have been crushed instantly? I don't know.
Did you find out what happened to the Ark team?
Not really. For some reason they didn't go through with the launch, so they took the arc back to Tau.
I hope everything's okay with the space gun.
Yeah, I doubt I'll be able to repair one of those.
Okay, so can't talk to Catherine. Oh, whoops. Site map. We're here. There's storage. So it looks like I need to go there. I don't
This
know.
feels like the longest day of my life. Has it just been one day?
I have no idea. Our time together is a confusing patchwork of moments to me.
What time is it then? What day?
It's May 11th, 2004, 3:30 a.m., but I don't remember when we started.
Reaching space, the satellite will shed the shell and unfold. Onboard thrusters settle the satellite into an orbit.
That's pretty cool.
The satellite
Oh,
is loaded.
whoops. Tunnel transport, contents arc, requires manual offload. Okay. Staff activity. Incoming. John, Peterson, Lindahl, Hill. So who are the people that stayed? Signed. Herber visit. Curious. So Pearson, Hill all left. So Herber and Chun are the only people left on 5. Week number 488. Mission completed. Remote sensing satellite 89. Communication satellite, reconnaissance satellite, weather satellite. After 10 years of impeccable operation, the Omega Space One was shut down, but it took an apocalypse to be made redundant. Okay.
You know, I woke up in my bed today. It just happens to have happened 100 years ago.
Sounds like a riddle.
It does. I woke up in my bed today, 100 years ago. Who am I? Who am I?
So, loading dock. So we need to go. So let's go this way first. Check out the launch down.
It's crazy to think where I am. Not only is this the future, it's in the middle of the sea. I know nothing of this time or what the world looks like.
Not much to brag about now. Before the comet, I guess it was okay.
Yeah, better not oversell it. Might change my mind about the Ark.
You seriously not gonna tell me what happened to your arm?
Had to make a quick stop at Site Alpha to help kill the WoW.
What? How? Why?
Stop it from torturing the memory of humanity.
Okay, let's just get back to work.
Let's just gloss over that. It's actually
What will you
kinda
do
cool.
when you get into the Ark? What's the first
Like,
thing?
if you
Make sure
just
the Ark is safe,
stubbed,
stabilize flight path, activate solar panels.
What's the first human thing you're gonna do?
Oh. Watch the clouds roll by? Does that count?
Yeah,
I'd
that's
say
like,
so.
okay, so there's a battery in here. A bunch of stuff. Alright, so the battery I didn't pick up a second ago looks like we need. Obviously, I was just kind of checking stuff out first. What was this? I wonder if this is Herbert.
Are you suggesting we keep it down here? Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose? Eternity among the stars, remember?
The people inside the Ark won't know the difference. We can just keep it down here, and we don't have to risk the Ark being shot through 5,000 meters of broken barrel, and then push through another 100,000 meters of a dust-filled atmosphere.
Will the casing stand all that pressure?
Well, the odds aren't great.
Catherine, say something.
I don't care what you think. I'm launching it.
No need to be like that. Let's just hang on to it for a while and think about it. We can launch it later.
No, that wasn't the deal. We made it to save them. To launch it. Out there, it's hope. Down here, it's a fucking terrarium waiting to die with the rest of us.
Come on, Catherine, it's not asking much. Let's just think about it before we risk the only hope humanity has to survive this hell.
No, we launch it today. This is my project, my Ark.
It's bigger than that. Don't you get it? It's not for you to decide. We're talking about the fate of mankind.
Get away from the Ark. I'm taking it.
No, you're not.
I'm not gonna let you ruin this.
Stop it!
Guys, calm down!
Get away from me! No!
What the fuck did you do?
It was an accident.
Catherine, talk to me. Catherine.
Bludgeoning someone with a wrench?
Catherine,
Did you say something?
it's you. You had an accident.
What do you... Oh. You mean Catherine. Don't worry, it's better this way.
Oh, God. Okay. It's fun stuff for everyone.
How did she die?
You got into a fight with your colleagues. They didn't want to risk launching the Ark. Thought it might not make it through the atmosphere.
Or the
They
broken
killed
barrel.
me?
I'm sure it was an accident. They were just trying to stop you from launching.
How could they kill me?
Catherine,
I know I'm not an easy person to like. I just thought they trusted me.
come on. Don't do this to yourself.
Did you have friends in Toronto, Simon? Real friends?
There was some. Jesse, Sean, Kevin.
I always wanted a friend. Like a real one. Someone you'd never hold back with.
I'll be your friend.
Oh, pity friendship? Now I feel even worse.
I'm a time traveling.
Do you think the Ark
artificial
will make it through
intelligence
the
only has
atmosphere
one
and into
hand.
space?
Pretty good
It almost
friendship.
doesn't matter anymore. We just need to try. If we burn, we burn. If we're lucky, we just gave humanity a new chance, a whole new era. With the Ark on Earth, maybe we have a few decades of power to keep it running. In space, we have thousands of years.
Still, one hell of a gamble, though.
This was never about certainty. It's about hope.
I think I found the assembly space.
What do you see?
It's like a huge open shell, a bullet ready to be loaded.
That's great. All prepared for the Ark.
On it.
Oh, looks like I need to go back for the battery. Can't take the feeling something terrible is gonna happen, but that's fine. Cool. Let's get this puppy ready.
Is that it?
I'm really not that familiar with guns of any size. Oh, here we go. All systems say go.
Lock and load.
Combat up and we'll head out to the gun.
Okay. So I can take this now? Something bad happened? Ugh. Wonder what would happen if I just didn't feed my arm to it. Oh well. So Chun's dead, which means Herbert is still here. No offense, Captain.
Now what?
Now we just need to get the shell into the gun and then kaboom.
Aren't you forgetting something? How are you gonna get us on board the Ark? Don't we need to make another scan?
Oh, don't you worry. You don't operate something like the Omega space gun with your bare hands.
You mean it's a pilot seat? Like back at Omicron?
Yes, and we can use it to transfer you to the Ark while operating the gun. 2 birds and all that. Now, take the Omnitool and plug it in next to the seat and I'll guide you through the final steps.
So that means there's going to be another Simon. I've been covering my bases. The real Simon died because of his brain injury a long time ago. The Simon that we were for most of the game, I murdered. And now I'm going to have to probably kill another Simon. Once again, there is a hole in my suit. Like now, it wouldn't make a difference since all of my suit probably would have filled with water, unless the structure gel made it seal. Omega space gun. Danger. This is where I put this. This is where I operate the gun. It's over here. Looks like the Ark. Okay. Sounds pretty cool, actually.
Oh. I'll never get used to that.
Guess you won't have to. Not after this is over.
Right. Have a seat. Comfortable?
As good as it's gonna get.
Okay, I'll activate the seat. You should be able to use the machines to load the bullet you assembled.
How do you operate this thing?
Don't know, I never tried this one. But pilot seats are notoriously easy to use, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, this is cool. This is cool as hell. Oh, that was super easy.
There we go.
Okay, ready when you are. Just hit the button and we're off.
But we need to transfer our minds to the Ark.
We also need to make sure it launches at all, so I tied them to a single switch. Just push the button and we're off.
This feels like a trap, Catherine.
Here we go. No turning back.
Thank you, Simon.
Don't mention it.
It's an amazing thing you did. And I want you to know I appreciate it.
Time, 20 seconds.
What's the matter with the upload?
Just give it a second.
Thought you guys would have better bandwidth in the future.
Oh, dang.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7,
I'm not gonna make it.
6,
You gotta be kidding me!
5, 4, 3,
Come on, load!
2,
Yes! Fuck yeah, we made it! Woo! I'm still here.
Yeah, of course you're still here. It made a copy of you.
Catherine? Catherine?
I'm here.
What the hell happened? What went wrong?
Nothing. They're out there, among the stars. We're here.
No. We were getting on the Ark. I saw it. It finished loading just before it launched.
Yeah, I saw.
Then why are we still here?
Simon, I can't keep telling you how it works. You won't listen. You know why we're here. You were copied onto the Ark. You just didn't carry over. You lost the coin toss. We both did. Just like Simon at Omicron, just like the man who died in Toronto 100 years ago.
No. This is bullshit. We came all this way. We launched the Ark.
I know it sucks, but our copies are up there. Catherine and Simon are both safe on the Ark. Be happy for them.
Are you crazy? We're gonna die down here with those fuckers living at large on a spaceship. They're not us. They're not us.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Simon. I'm proud of what we did. We made sure that something of the hundreds of thousands of years of human history survives, that something lives on.
No. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck you, Catherine. You lied. And I believed in you. I trusted you. You said we're getting on the fucking Ark.
We are on the Ark, you idiot! I didn't lie. I can't be responsible for your goddamn ignorance. You
Fuck! Catherine?
And now you're
Please don't leave me
alone.
Catherine?
Oh, this is sad.
Catherine?
That's how the game ends? That's real depressing. There's not even like a glimmer of hope at the end of it. There's none of that. It's just the game is over. Oh, that's upsetting. Well, I'm going to continue to talk about the game, what my thoughts are on it, while the credits roll, because these people deserve their due credit, and there also might be something at the end of the credit scene. Alright, Soma. Soma is a game that I really enjoyed. I went into this thinking that it was going to be a lot scarier than it actually was. There was one or two parts that definitely got my heart beating a little bit faster, but it wasn't scary really at all. But that's not a bad thing, that's not a criticism, it's just an observation merely. the themes of the game about existentialism and what's gonna happen. It's actually, it was done very well. For a long part in the game, I thought it was going to be sort of the original Simon going into the machine, and this was them testing him, because they mentioned like putting him under large amounts of stress. But it wasn't, so I was really happy it wasn't kind of a cop-out of being like, this is all a simulation, you're fine. And yeah, the direction they took it was much more intriguing. Now, the game gave you what I'm going to say is an illusion of free choice. Throughout the entire game, they made it seem like your actions made a difference. Like the first time you got on the tram, you had a choice to pick any of the depots you could go to, Lambda being the one that the story wanted you to go to. But no matter which one you picked, the track still broke right before Lambda. And they made that okay by setting up so the Lambda was the first stop. And then, I don't know with Alpha, but I could have done that without, you know, destroying my hands. Oh, we are on the arc.
Whoa. Is this... Did it work?
Aw, some birds chirping in the distance. Now we're on the arc. It's beautiful. So I'm kind of glad they put in a glimmer of hope and near the end of it. And we'll see how this plays out, but it does suck for the character that you've come to know and identify with to be left behind. Welcome. If you're reading this, you have successfully entered the Ark. This survey is designed to give the developers a better understanding of your subjective experience and how to improve role-playing. Please continue with the survey. I feel normal. I feel normal. Described as expected. It's pleasant. Yeah. I'm a direct continuation of my previous self. That's interesting, because they have you can take the survey when you first find Catherine. And then they put you through all that and give you the choice of being like, this is you now. That's interesting, because my answer is they didn't completely change, but they have more gravity to them now that like I actually am connected to a character that lives in the Ark. It's quite nice. But yeah, so Soma wasn't really scary, but it was really interesting, and back to the illusion of choice when it comes to like your actions of killing people and blowing things up. I'm not sure if that actually does anything.
Catherine! I can't believe we actually made it.
Well, we did.
I'm so relieved.
It's okay, Simon. Everything's all right now.
I was wondering if they were going to end it, if we did get to the Ark, with a view of the Earth. Is it following any sort of orbit, like a satellite normally does, or is it just kind of flying off into space? As the screen slowly fades to black. Interesting. I never... Was it the beginning of the game before I played it? Was the face all connected instead of torn apart? I don't actually know. Anyways, that was Soma. And it's kind of cool how it has my save logs for a while. Let's see here. I could probably go back to Site Alpha and not put my hand in the thing. Do you guys want to be part of that experience? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's do it. It gets there as well. So, what part is this? Oh yeah, so this is when we rip the pipes out. So this is right before we get to Alpha. See Johan again, our favorite person who betrayed us. But yeah, no. Soma's been a lot of fun. I'm really glad that it worked out the way it did. I'm kind of curious what happens if you don't destroy the WoW, and I might play this section to fruition off camera. But I just really enjoyed the game, and I hope you guys are watching enjoyed the game as well. And I thank you for watching the series to the end if you did. And just being here for the entire experience. Johan! My buddy, my pal. Like I said the first time I was here, and don't know what made this small of a cavern. Okay. This is also another point to the game that's really interesting, is the fact that I'm in a suit that has equalized the pressure for underwater so I don't become a tin can. And stuff that's already down here or put down this level that's not in some sort of suit that needs air would be fine. It would just sink and the pressure would normalize as it went down. But I don't have that luxury. I would be something that is immediately exposed to the pressures at the bottom of the ocean. Yeah, we get it. So I would instantly be crushed. At least I think my rudimentary understanding of physics suggests that would be the case, but I could be wrong. Okay, through these doors. I actually wouldn't have been too sad if they ended the game with just this version of Simon, the one I'm playing as now, just down here completely alone. Maybe like probably wander around again as the facility like completely is destroyed. I don't know. It has its moments.
Just tell me what you want.
If you are into a game more for the story than the thrills, then I think Soma's a great game. Does it warrant any replayability?
What are you talking about?
After this, probably not. This is like the major thing in the game that I wanted to know what would be the difference.
They needed to take it to Alpha, the fountainhead of the misery.
But there might be mods for the game, which would be interesting in playing if they seem promising. Because I never played Amnesia, but I think that's what happened with Amnesia. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but the original game was a lot of fun. And then
You're saying this
people
toxin
modded
inside
it.
of me can kill the WoW altogether?
Yeah, Johan, we did it. Let me through the door. That's funny. I pressed the button right when it happened.
What the hell is that?
It controls all the structure gel on Pathos 2.
Pathos.
All you need to do is poison the imprint. You can't leave. We're not done.
What if he just kills me?
If you don't finish this, I'll make you.
Do it. Okay.
Don't!
You have to do this, Simon. This is bigger than both of us.
Interesting. Do I still have a hand? I just 100% thought that he was going to, just make me, put my hand in there. I just expected that. Alright. So, I know we're really, really close to where we were and we finished the game, but I'm going to actually end the recording here so you guys don't have to see me, maybe get stuck in the evil worm loop again and talk to Catherine and learn everything and see if it does impact the game. If it doesn't, then I'm just going to make a quick section at the end saying, I already said it, but basically just coming back to my points on the game, thanking everyone for watching and whatnot once again. But for right now I'm going to cut and we'll see if things change. I am back. So, there is no difference. The only difference is the dialogue slightly changes when you talk to Catherine. She's not like, "Where's your arm? Oh, I had to kill the WoW to save humanity." And she's like, whatever, and brushes it off. That doesn't happen. You just kind of skip past that part and said that you had to take a detour. That's it. Doesn't even mention the whole Johann Ross thing. And then you have your hand, like when you're freaking out and throwing your tantrum, albeit kind of deservedly, even though Simon's an idiot. In the pilot's seat, you have an actual hand instead of a stump. So when you point to her, when she's on the screen, you point with the finger instead of your decaying mass of extra human bits and structure gel. And then the WoW being alive does not affect the ending at all. I thought maybe this would be corrupted or something would be weird or something that hints that the WoW didn't want to do something. Nothing. The WoW is just continuing on doing its stuff down there. It isn't even mentioned. So, brings me back to the point that I was trying to make before we went back. Is that the game gives you the illusion of free choice, kind of similar how Mass Effect dialogue options do, where you can do the extreme options, but they all kind of lead to the same place. Same thing with Soma. It's not really a critique. They do a good job of giving you the illusion of free choice, but you really don't have any. The game's going to play out how I want the game to play out. which is fine because the story is pretty good. I do have two small things that I'm not a big fan of about this game. One is Simon's character and his relationship with Catherine. It was a pretty good duo for the majority of it, but I think it was only good because it happened in small bursts. When they talked for long periods of time, you would happen to notice they would go from being hysterically upset about something to being like joking around and making like it's not a big deal, which is a way of coping with stress. I understand that, but it seemed kind of out of place given the gravitas of the situation. But that's just my personal opinion. And the other thing is, I guess there's really three things. The other thing is that the game originally ends with Simon freaking out in the chair and being left alone because Catherine's cortex chip fries. That is a much more powerful ending than being on the Ark and meeting Catherine at the dock, which she is over there. I would have preferred, personally, this is my own personal opinion, and I do not make games, and no, I am not a great game critique. I just would have enjoyed the game more if Simon, if this was the part of the ending. Like, this is the one that happened as soon as you got out of the pilot seat, you ended up talking to Catherine at the dock. And then after the credits, the pilot seat was lifted up, and it was Simon yelling at Catherine back down at Pathos 2. That, I think, would have been a much more powerful ending, because it leads you with a much heavier... I don't want to say despair, because I don't think a game needs to end with despair to be memorable and good, but it definitely adds impact to the ending. And I feel like just that switch would have made the impact of the game stronger, because it would have been like, oh, everything's fine, oh wait, maybe it's not. And it's still, because at the end of the day, even if you switch the endings, the game is at the same point. There is a Simon in the Ark, there is a Simon down there next to the Omega Space Gun, and depending on your choices earlier on in the game, there's a Simon who woke up on Omicron. So, like, that doesn't change anything. I just feel like, for me personally, I would have enjoyed the game better. In the third issue, I think, because I said earlier it's not really a critique, but I think it has become a critique. I'm not a fan of the fact that my choices mean nothing. And I would have simply been fine with, depending on your choices, you either got both of these endings or just one or the other. That would have been enough for me to feel like my choices actually made an impact, and it wasn't just something to make me feel like I had a sense of control. I have not played through the game more than these two endings though, so it is possible that playing through the game, making different choices, and a right sequence of choices does bring up a different ending, which I might be interested in checking out, but I don't think it does. I'm pretty convinced it won't, so I probably won't make the effort myself to do it, but if someone in the internet, because I haven't looked up anything about this game while I've been playing it, so after this I'll probably look up and see if there is anything, and then if it's interesting enough, I might go back and do it. And even then, if it's extremely interesting and addresses some of the concerns I have about the game, then I might even make a video after this one about how it changes my perspective on Soma. But as it is, it has not. Now, that was a large string of negative comments about the game. Or, not really negative, just critiques. In general, I really enjoyed playing the game. It had a good, fast-paced story. There wasn't a moment where I'm just like, I'm walking around collecting a bunch of stuff. I was almost constantly invested in where I was going. I wasn't just like, oh, we're going here because she says so. I was like, we're going here for the express objective of going here. The only time there really wasn't was at the beginning when you're like, I'm just going here because I heard a voice. But that is a good enough distinction and motivation at the beginning of the game when you don't know what's going on. But yes, thank you so much for watching me play Soma. Even if you only watched this episode, even if you only watched one other episode besides this, even if you didn't watch every episode, regardless, anything that you watched, I thank you so much. I encourage you to like the video if you want. Leave any sort of comments about critiques on me, critiques on the game. I'm really interested to hear people who watch me play the entire thing, what they thought about the ending of the game, and if they agree or disagree with my critiques. And also any recommendations for the next game for me to play, because I don't know, there's a couple I'm looking at, but I'm really not sure. So if you have anything that can lead to inspiration for me, that would be wonderful. And just once again, thank you so much for anything that you contributed, whether it's watching, liking, commenting, anything throughout the series. I thank you so much. My name is SlippersJack. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day.